Dear students, welcome to our class on JRF, SRF, Net 2020. In this class, we try to understand and discuss on national education policy with reference to higher agricultural education. The design of agricultural education, will have to be strengthened towards developing professionals with the ability to understand and use local knowledge, traditional knowledge, and emerging technologies. That means in the new national education policy 2020, local knowledge, traditional knowledge, and advances in technologies, these three are to be integrated in addition to, while taking the cognizance of critical issues of declining profitability to the farmers. Farmers are not getting profits. So that point has to be taken into consideration. Climate change has to be taken into consideration. And also productivity has to be taken into consideration. So that means productivity, climate change, and critical issues of declining profitability have to be taken into consideration, where the knowledge of three: local knowledge, indigenous knowledge, and emerging technologies. So a combination of all these things is going to be the national education policy of 2020 with reference to higher agricultural education in India. So some of the major highlights of national education policy, in addition to what we discussed a half minute back, are enhancing the GER, gross enrollment ratio. It has to be enhanced. Then defining minimum standards of quality of agriculture education and ensuring their adherence by all stakeholders. Every stakeholder of the higher agriculture education shall give assurance for quality agriculture education. That is another important point. Another thing is improvement in research contribution. No doubt we are giving lot of technologies to the farmers. Again, these have to be further re-strengthened. And in addition to that, the importance of staying relevant and providing employment. These are also very, very important points with reference to National Education Policy 2020, NEP 2020, with reference to agriculture. Some more important points are starting with multiple exit and entry points. What is meant by multiple exit and entry points? So far, if a student enters into B.Sc agriculture program, he has to complete his degree program of 4 years and then come out. It is relaxed now. First year he can complete, can have a certificate. Second year he can complete, can have a diploma. All 4 years if he studies, he get a professional degree. From 2017 onwards, agriculture degrees are recognized as professional degrees as well. Relaxation of residential requirements of UG, PG and PhD students. So far, it is mandatory that students stay in the campus. It is going to be relaxed in the National Education Project, National Education Program 2020. In addition to that, restructuring and reformulation of the UG curriculum in accordance with the new system advisory by National Education Policy. As per the directions of the National Education Policy, the curriculum has to go is going to be restructured. Demand there are certain demands for students entering into the campuses. That is going to be taken care of through yearly entrance for admitting of the students into the all state agriculture may start from 2022-23. Compliance with the academic bank of credits. What exactly does it mean? You are studying in one agriculture university. In another agriculture university, there is a senior professor who is dealing with a most contemporary subject. You wanted to register? Yes, you can register it. It will come to your credit bank. That is going to be another interesting thing. MERU, it's a wonderful concept, multidisciplinary education and research university. What are multidisciplinary education and research universities? The deemed universities under ICR are slowly going to be multidisciplinary education and research university programs. The AUs to start increasing seeds on annual basis by 10%. All agriculture universities, state agriculture universities shall increase their strength. By 2025-30, all institutions located in the same premises offering either professional or general education may aim to evolve into multidisciplinary institutions. See, in the same campus, what are all the institutes are there, they are all going to be multidisciplinary institutions. By 2035, achieving 50% GER, gross enrollment ratio, 50% GER is going to be there. All higher education institutions should aim to become multidisciplinary institutions by 2040. So far, an agricultural university is there, veterinary, horticulture, maybe some fisheries college, maybe some apiculture college is there. All the campuses are going to be multidisciplinary campuses. In addition to this, I would like to share with you some milestones in agricultural extension system. Usually, agricultural extension system has two typologies. Number one type is mass extension, that's what we call it as the field extension system. Second is frontline extension system. Mass extension system goes in this, the scientist goes to the farmer, have an interface. In the frontline demonstrations, technologies are demonstrated, and on those technologies which are helpful to the farmers, training will be given. These are the two systems of our agricultural extension. Now, what are the milestones in agricultural extension? In the year 1952, Community Development Program, CDP, started. Community Development Program. 1964, National Demonstration Projects, NDP, NDS also, National Demonstration Scheme. 1964-66, Education Commission. 1966, High Yielding Variety Program. 1974, three most important events, milestones have taken place. Number one, in 1974 is India's first KVK in Pondicherry, Training and Visit Program, popularly we call it as T&V program, Operational Research Project. These three have taken place during 1974. Then 1978 to 79, two important things have taken place. Number one, IRDP, Integrated Rural Development Program. Number two, Lab to Land Program. The concept of lab to land program is generating more employment income to the farmers. This was envisaged. 1983-84, cabinet decision of 1 KVK for each district in the country. That has taken place. 1995, technology assessment and reform, TR we call it as popularly, like TNV, Training and Visit Program, Lab to Land Program, okay, L to L program, that's what. So like that TAR, Technology Assessment and Refinement Program. In this program, Institution Village Linkage Program was introduced for the first time. Institution and Village. 1998, National Agricultural Technology Project. We popularly call it as NATP. 1998, it was launched. 1999, Agriculture Technology Information Center. In common, we call it ATIC centers. Agricultural Technology Information Center. They were all established. 2006, National Agricultural Innovation Project. NAIP, National Agricultural Innovation Projects. 2011, National Innovations on Climate Resilient Agriculture. That's what agriculture meteorology students must remember, please. 2011 NICRA, we call it as National Innovations on Climate Resilient Agriculture. That was launched in the year 2011, 2011. Similarly, in the year 2015, ARIA was launched. What is ARIA? Attracting and retaining youth in agriculture. Attracting and retaining youth in agriculture. And Mera Gaon, Mera Gaurav. Frequent visits of the scientist to the farmer. That is more a farmer-scientist interface. In addition to these things, okay, some acts which were introduced for the benefit of the farmers in India. They are very, very interesting. They are also most essential for getting better marks to you. Some most important acts I am going to share with you are 1965, Commission for Agriculture Cost and Prices, CACP we call it, Commission for Agriculture Cost and Prices. This particular commission fixes the minimum support price for all the crops that are grown by the farmer. 1966, Seeds Act enacted. 1966-67, minimum support price for wheat started. 1970, Patents Act was passed. 1982, NABARD was established. 1985, Fertilizer Control Order FCO was issued. Okay, Comprehensive Crop Insurance Scheme was also introduced in the year 1985. 1987, National Water Policy. National Water Policy in 1987. 1998. Approximately 11 years after, one important milestone has occurred: Kisan Credit Card. 2005-2006 National Horticulture Mission. 2015-2015 Soil Health Card Scheme. 2016 ENAM, Electronic National Agriculture Market. 2018 PM Kisan. What is PM Kisan? I have shared with you several times. 6,000 rupees is transferred to the farmers in three equal installments of 2,000 into the farmers' credit, into the farmers' accounts. So this is a wonderful PM Kisan project. 2019, a new ministry for fisheries, animal husbandry and dairying was formed. 2020, very interesting. Please listen very carefully for a minute. This is very interesting. In the year 2020, 3 acts were enacted. Number 1, Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce 2020. I repeat for your academic interest once again. Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Act 2020. Second act is Farmers Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Act 2020. The third act is Essential Commodities Act, ECA, it was popularly called, 2020. For your academic interest, I read once again. First act, Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Act. Second one, Farmers Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Act, Essential Commodities Act. These 3 acts were enacted. However, due to continuous protest by some section of farmers, these acts were later repealed in the year 2021. So regarding these 3 acts, I have given a separate short video also. Please, that's why I request you, please subscribe to our channel Agrometeorology, Farmers and Rural Development. There I have given further information. Now, the last bit for today's class, which I would like to share with you, is in the year 2020, Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. Agriculture Infrastructure Fund was launched. This is going to have a wonderful impact on medium long-term debit financing facility was announced, and then farmers will get medium and long-term debit finances. This is what I would like to share with you in this class. Thanking you very much for your very patient hearing.